You're listening to Greater Good Radio Hawaii. Please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. Today's guest is Senator Daniel Akaka.
So, Senator Akaka, being from Hawaii, a lot of times we have this kind of an inferiority complex where we don't feel that we're as good as people from, other areas, the mainland or internationally. How did you have that when you went to the Senate, or did you overcome it? What do you think about that?
I would think that somebody who comes from Hawaii, like I did, would be at awe going to a place like Washington, D.C. And yet, I had a feeling in me that after being there and looking at the situation there, that we could make a difference. And so, for me, there wasn't an inferiority complex. I felt I was there equal with other congressmen, equal with other senators. And I was, because I had a vote like they did. And so I would say it's a place where you don't really have an inferiority complex because you're equal. And I guess you may have that in other kinds of relations with other people. But for me, coming from Hawaii, and I got to say this and emphasize this, that Hawaii is a special place. And I experienced that when I was in a House and in a Senate, because the leaders of the House and the Senate looked upon Hawaii differently. And so, in a way, I was a kind of special person. And I also need to tell you that whenever I travel around the world to other countries, they would introduce us. But when they say, Akaka from Hawaii, the leaders stop and they turn around. So I know there's this different feeling about Hawaii. And so people from Hawaii should never have a complex, an inferiority complex. I think we add to whatever the situation is and make it better and bringing greater good to whatever the situation is. And so my answer is I don't remember having an inferiority complex. And I feel that we have so much to offer other people in our country and the rest of the world.
So what message can you give to our listeners on why they may want to get involved with public service?
It's something, I think that it's part of you or you're growing up, you're nurturing. In my family, my mother and dad, bless them, were really, as I said, I mentioned the word spiritual. So they really nurtured us in that way, so that we felt about people, and we cared about people. And so growing up that way, caring about people was what I was all about. So when I was ready to go to college, I tried to think, now, which way am I going? And of course, what it was in my mind was that I wanted to do something that can help people. And so I looked at education as that field where it can help young people. And I felt, well, that's where I'm going, and I did. I'm glad I went there because it did work for me. I've helped hundreds of young people growing up in Hawaii, and I've met many people who are helping other people. So it's a leverage, that grows. And that's why I feel so good about where I've been and where I'm coming from and where I'm going, because I'm using this leverage to continue to do better things and to help people who need that help. And this is what I'm all about. This is what I'm doing in the U.S. Senate, and I look upon this as a great opportunity.
So, in closing, are you able to share with us a quick song? See, those listening can't see his face right now, but, as we bring people on that we know they can sing, we like to invite them to finish up with a, quick song.
Well, let me then sing a song that has meaning for me, and I try to do this up there, and it's reflecting Hawaii. And when I say rainbow, for me in Paul Valley, since I was young, the rainbow was very important because my dad would always say, look at the rainbow. And in Paul Valley, we always had the rainbow. So the rainbow was something that was important to me in my lifestyle. And as I grew up, it became more meaningful. And now it really helps me convey the feeling of harmony, feeling of beauty, the feeling of spirituality, because it's something you can't grab, but it's there. It's something that brings the color of each ethnic group out. And when you put the ethnic groups together, the colors are a rainbow. And that's Hawaii. The diversification of Hawaii is a rainbow of people. And to me, that's a huge strength that Hawaii has. And it makes things better because when people are together in harmony, they tend to care and do things for each other and help each other to be better. And so, this is a song. Where I live, there are rainbows with life in the laughter of mornings and starry nights. Where we live, there are rainbows with flowers full of colors and birds filled with song. I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. I hear children laughing in this place that we love, Hawaii, the United States of America. Where we live, there are rainbows with life in the laughter of mornings and starry nights. Aloha.
Thanks for joining us today on Greater Good Radio. For more information or a transcript of today's show, please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. This is your host, Evan Leong and Carrie Leong, saying please join us next time for another episode of Greater Good Radio, Hawaii.